It's Rihanna, Don't Stop the Music. It's B100, today's hit music show. And Rich, good morning. Kamloops.
It's time for a little reality of realty. Jeremy Reed joins us in studio. Good morning.
Morning, guys.
Morning. Want to talk some spring cleaning today, only because you just finished it. So.
Yeah, it's top of mind. I was talking to you guys before we came on about the market and even being in it and the cycles. You still with that cold snap we had in February, it started making
nuts.
it was nuts, and it started making you wonder. Okay, is the market actually slowing down? Because everything was just dead.
Yeah.
And then the sun comes out, and all of a sudden everything just comes alive again.
We burst out of our doors.
It's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, I know. It was
Let's
nuts.
go to an open house.
It was crazy. It's like someone just flipped on a switch. So,
Nice.
but a lot of times right now, what I'm finding, I'm getting lots of calls is, hey, what can we do to get the house ready for sale? Because spring's coming. A lot of people are thinking, and I just went through this, so I thought let's talk on some of the tips on curb appeal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, that's probably one of the bigger things. We always talk about the entry impression when you come into the house and the curb appeal, and that's on every realty show. That's been forever. So a lot of times it's, well, what do we actually do? When we just went through it, when we were kind of fixing up the house, we looked at, okay, what do we want to take care of on the front? And some of the tips that I would pass on to anyone that's doing this, because it makes a big difference, is the entryway of your house, that doorway. If you have, like, we had some peeling paint and stuff like that on there. We took the door and just painted it a bright red, which was kind of random, but it looks absolutely amazing. Hit the trim around it, put new hardware on. It was amazing how much it changed the front just from that one
That's
aspect
interesting, eh?
alone.
And it didn't even cost you that much.
No,
right?
not at all.
Yeah.
The coat of paint and the time and everything.
Yeah.
And then also the stairways going up, because the stairway was kind of faded. So we hit that with a brand new coat of paint. Again, just made a big difference. The landscaping, if you've got landscaping, because a lot of times you've got we had a bunch of the mulch, and the lady that had the house before us, she had really good landscaping rock and everything. You've got the little grass that sprouts out. It's amazing how old that makes the house look. Taking that out and just reshaking it up, we took some water and sprayed off the rock so it looks clean, and that makes a huge difference on it. So I would highly suggest that. And then obviously just all the junk. We had some rakes that were sitting out and some of the kids' toys. Take that all away. And the fascia that was on the thing, a lot of times you'll see the paint will be kind of peeling there, or maybe something's off there. We took the Christmas lights down, so if you haven't done that yet, take that. But again, it really just comes down to, I do it with sellers all the time, and they could do it on their own if they wanted to. It's about that sitting at the front of the street and taking a look and just seeing what catches your eye, because if it catches your eye, it catches a buyer's eye. And those little things, the touching up trim, the doorway, the paint, cleaning up that landscaping, that'll make a big difference. So,
And I think it's important that you said, like, just clean it up. Like, don't take on a major project.
that's a good point.
Because you don't want someone going in there, because if it doesn't appeal to them, you want to give them a chance to kind
Put
of
their own
put their
stamp
spin
on it, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you want
And
to take on a major project.
yeah, because I mean, even when we sold our last house, we looked at that, and the vinyl was kind of fading and things like that, and so that's something that people ask: do we go hardy bank? Well, that's a big push. We had a company. I wish I knew offhand. I'd give them a call out, because they were really good. That came in and they did the siding cleaning, the window cleaning, just brought it back to life, and then we were able to paint and do that entry. So we did the same thing on our last house. Makes a big difference. So
Huge difference.
yeah. So I guess that's some tips. Hopefully, someone got something valuable out of that.
Right.
I just got the vent.
I just gotta talk about it.
We just did our trim, like, on the house the other, like, I think last year, and what a huge difference just that made.
Right?
Not
Yeah,
having
the
to repaint
landscaping.
the whole house, just the trim.
Just the trim.
Wow, that looks like a brand new house again. So.
It looks like we love our house.
Exactly. Yeah.
We still do.
Reality of Realty with Jeremy Reed. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.